strike marked one of the most significant military escalations in recent history. In less than 2 hours, Iran launched over 200 weapons, including ballistic missiles and armed drones, targeting key infrastructure across Israel. This wasn't a warning. This wasn't a proxy attack. This was a direct, full-scale assault by one nation against another. The strike began at exactly 20:42 local time. Sirens wailed across major cities: Tel Aviv, Haifa, Ramat David, and Ashdod. Israeli radar systems detected over 120 ballistic missiles and around 70 kamikaze drones, launched almost simultaneously from Iranian territory and the Caspian Sea. The launch formation was no random barrage. It was a well-coordinated, pre-planned strategic operation. Within minutes, Israel's defense systems, Iron Dome, David Sling, and Arrow 3, sprang into action. The night sky lit up with the flash of interceptors. But the scale of the attack overwhelmed even Israel's highly advanced defense systems. Some missiles broke through. In Haifa, a massive explosion struck a fuel storage facility at the port, igniting a fire visible for kilometers. At Ramat David airbase, 3 direct hits caused heavy damage to hangars and logistics routes. In central Israel, 2 missiles penetrated civilian areas, destroying residential buildings. These were not ordinary weapons. Iran deployed missiles like the Zolfagar and Desful, medium-range ballistic missiles with terminal maneuvering capabilities and hypersonic speeds, designed specifically to challenge missile defense systems. What made the attack more complex was the initial wave of kamikaze drones. Their job: disrupt Israel's radar and missile launcher networks before the missiles arrived. In some cases, Iron Dome batteries were temporarily disabled, allowing follow-up missiles to strike their targets. For the first time, Israeli defense systems were forced to prioritize, choosing which threats to intercept and which to let through. The scale of the attack was simply too massive. Military experts say this wasn't a spontaneous retaliation. This was a sophisticated tactical escalation. Iran specifically targeted critical infrastructure, energy hubs, military bases, logistics centers. Ballistic missiles like the Fateh 110 and Desful proved accurate and fast. Meanwhile, drones disrupted command and control systems. The psychological and social impacts were immediate. Civilians spent the night in fear, unsure where the next strike might land. At least 11 people killed, over 150 injured, dozens critically. Major power outages in parts of Haifa and Ashkelon. Public transport suspended for 2 hours. Hospitals operated under emergency status throughout the night. Prime Minister Netanyahu convened an emergency meeting with Israel's National Security Council. In a televised address, he condemned the attack as an open act of war. As of this morning, Israel has not launched a counterstrike, but diplomatic sources say Tel Aviv is in close coordination with Washington. The U.S. has expressed full support and is reportedly preparing to send additional air defense systems to the eastern Mediterranean. Internally, political pressure is mounting. Opposition parties accuse the government of pursuing overly aggressive foreign policy that triggered the escalation. Many blame recent Israeli airstrikes on Tehran for provoking Iran's retaliation. Hezbollah in Lebanon raised its alert level. Pro-Iranian militias in Syria and Iraq began mobilizing. Houthi rebels in Yemen threatened to open a Red Sea front. Gulf nations like Saudi Arabia and the UAE called for de-escalation. Turkey and Qatar proposed emergency talks. Russia and China called for a UN Security Council session. But no concrete solutions have emerged. This attack on June 15 to 16, 2025, may go down in history as a turning point. The balance of power in the Middle East is shifting. Israel, once confident in its air defense superiority, now faces a sobering reality. Even the best systems have limits. Iran, once operating through proxies, has now shown its hand, directly and with devastating impact. The question is no longer if this will escalate, but how far it will go. Thank you for watching this urgent report. We'll continue covering the developments with accurate, balanced analysis. Leave your thoughts in the comments, share this video if you found it insightful, and don't forget to subscribe for ongoing coverage of this unfolding conflict.